Beyond the gate, spoilers drift through the hushed corridors of the Richardson estate like a whispered promise, teasing the upheaval about to unfold. Eva Larson sits across from her father in the lemon-scented living room, the late afternoon sun painting streaks of gold across the Persian rug. She tucks a strand of chestnut hair behind her ear, heart pounding with a mix of gratitude and unspoken longing. "I couldn't have asked for a better opportunity," she begins, voice soft but steady, "and I'm deeply thankful for the position you secured at Dunham and Company. Yet, I miss the rhythm of life at the Richardsons, the way every day felt electric, the sense that I was where I truly belonged." Her father's eyes narrow gently, a quiet understanding flickering in their depths, but he remains still, waiting for her to continue. Across town, nestled within the marble-clad corridors of Richardson Enterprises, Ted Richardson reviews quarterly reports in his corner office. His brow furrows as he reaches for a photograph on his desk, the last image of Eva at the spring gala, her laughter frozen in time. He recalls the way she anticipated his handshake, how her eyes lit up as she outlined new strategies for the family's philanthropic arm. Until recently, that role had belonged to Kat Preston, Ted's eldest daughter, whose own ambitions led her into multiple ventures, helping Chelsea Hamilton launch her luxury handbag line, and partnering with Jacob Reed to untangle the tangled threads of that high-profile fraud case. Kat's brilliance had become a resource she could scarcely spare for family business, leaving a vacancy that Ted had resisted filling until now. A day after Eva's conversation with her father, her phone rings at the Dunham offices. The ringtone, jaunty, old-fashioned melody, startles her from her desk, where she's been navigating spreadsheets and emails aimed at corporate outreach. With a practiced smile, she answers, only to hear Ted's smooth baritone cut through the hum of the office. "Eva, it's Ted. Are you free this afternoon? I'd like to discuss a proposition, and I think you'll find it intriguing." Her chest tightens. After months of proving herself in an environment that felt foreign, could this be the moment she'd been yearning for? She glances toward her cubicle neighbor, offers a quick nod, and slips out of the open-plan suite. Ted greets her in his private conference room, where framed black and white photographs chart the Richardson legacy, the first construction of the South Harbor Mall, Kat graduating summa cum laude, family charity galas. He motions toward the chair opposite his, eyes warm with a mixture of paternal pride and corporate calculating. "Eva," he begins, leaning forward, "you know how proud I am of your performance at Dunham. But opportunities don't always come wrapped in predictable packages. I've been thinking about Kat's role here, managing my office, overseeing strategic partnerships, interfacing with the board. She's done an extraordinary job, but her plate is overflowing. Between Chelsea's brand launch and Jacob's ongoing casework, she's stretched too thin." He pauses, letting the implication settle. "I'd like to offer you that position, Director of Family Affairs and Corporate Liaison. It's a role that requires finesse, loyalty, and the kind of vision you've demonstrated. What do you say?" For a moment, Eva's mouth goes dry. The air in the room feels charged, as if the portraits on the wall lean forward to witness this pivotal exchange. She swallows, mind racing through the implications, not only a career boost, but immersion into the heart of the Richardson dynasty. Yet an ache underlies her excitement, the knowledge that accepting would stoke the embers of rivalry between herself and Kat, already brittle from half-sister tensions. She recalls their last conversation, when family reunions had devolved into curt exchanges, each jab seasoned with years of unspoken resentment. Kat had once confided, "You always seem to waltz into every situation with this effortless grace. But it comes at the expense of understanding what it means to earn your place." Eva's throat tightens, recalling the bitterness in Kat's voice and how she had slammed the door on her way out. Eva takes a slow breath, steadies her gaze on Ted. "It's an honor," she replies, carefully neutral, "and I admit I've missed the dynamism of working alongside the Richardsons directly. If you believe I can fill Kat's shoes, I won't let you down." Ted smiles, part pride, part relief. He slides a folder across the table outlining responsibilities, expectations, and a tentative start date. As Eva accepts, sealing the deal, a sudden thrill pulses through her veins. This is the turning point she'd craved, a chance to prove herself not just as a grateful protege, but as a key architect in the family legacy. Back at home that evening, Eva sits on the edge of her bed, folder resting on her lap. The kind of excitement she'd conjured during her earliest days as an intern at Richardson Enterprises returns in full force. Yet with exhilaration comes a ripple of anxiety. She knows how deeply competitive Kat can be. Tomorrow, she knows, her acceptance will reach Kat's ears, and the ripple may become a wave. Eva's hand drifts to the framed photograph on her nightstand, featuring her and Kat at their father's birthday party 2 years prior, both smiling, unaware of the mounting distance between them. She touches the glass lightly, a silent apology forming on her lips for the rift that acceptance might deepen. Meanwhile, Kat Preston's world unfolds at lightning speed. In a sleek loft converted into Chelsea Hamilton's pop-up showroom, Kat maneuvers through racks of prototype handbags, finely woven leather satchels in muted hues, clutches glinting with metallic accents. She's orchestrated the entire product launch, from design revisions to influencer partnerships, and her phone buzzes incessantly with messages. VIP preview tonight? Interview request from Grand Lux magazine? Jacob's hearing moved to next Thursday, need your testimony. Kat juggles these calls with the precision of a maestro, concealing the exhaustion beneath her professional poise. She thrives in the bustle, but a nagging worry tugs at her thoughts. She has not had a moment to sit with her father lately, to discuss the projected family roadmap or to check in on Eva's progress. Their last encounter had been terse. Kat accused Eva of abandoning the family in pursuit of her own ambitions. Eva had denied it, insisting she only sought growth, but Teflon tension had coated every word. As the evening's launch party for Chelsea's new handbag line ignites the buzz of conversation, the click of cameras, the clink of champagne flutes, Kat allows herself a fleeting moment at the rooftop terrace. The city lights below shimmer like stars fallen to earth, and she recalls the night she confided in Chelsea about familial expectations. "It's not enough to deliver a stellar product," she had said. "I'm measured by how well I uphold a legacy, how flawlessly I navigate the family minefield." Chelsea had squeezed her hand, offering an empathetic smile. "You're the best person for this," she'd replied. "Just don't forget who you are outside of it all." Before Kat can sink further into reverie, her assistant rushes forward with news. "Mr. Richardson has just appointed Eva Larson to lead his office. He said he notified you via email." The words land like a slap. Kat's heart hammers as the world tilts on its axis. Eva, her half-sister, often overlooked, has stepped into the very role Kat had balanced precariously for years. A swirl of emotions churns in Kat's chest, betrayal, indignation, and a fierce protectiveness of the role she's carved out with sweat and bone. She glances down at her phone, scrolling through Ted's formal email. "Congratulations, beloved daughter. Kat's shoes are too full. Best wish for Eva's success." It all feels like a calculated slight, a public demonstration that Kat has failed the family business test. That night, Kat returns to her apartment, a minimalist loft bathed in moonlight, staring at Eva's photo on her mother's sideboard, a token Kat had always kept as a symbol of unity. Now it represents something fractured. She picks it up, turns it over, and sets it face down. The gentle clicking sound echoes in the quiet room. Kat knows she cannot let this slide. She must confront Eva, must make sense of how the younger sister, who once looked up to her, could now eclipse her in Ted's eyes. But tomorrow's schedule for Chelsea's press tour and Jacob's case prep leaves her little room for confrontation. Frustration simmers as she resolves to storm into the Richardsons' offices, pull Eva aside, and demand answers. The war is not yet declared, but Kat's mind races through strategies: nip it in the bud, expose Eva's inexperience, or leverage her own wins to remind Ted why she remains indispensable. At dawn, Eva arrives early at the Richardson headquarters, folder tucked under her arm, determination coiling in every step. She greets the receptionist with a confident nod and rides the elevator to Ted's floor, heart thrumming with promise. The walls are lined with accolade new partnerships, philanthropic grants, architectural marvels the family oversaw. Eva recalls the rush of emotion when she'd first walked these halls as an intern, wide-eyed and eager. Now she occupies the C-suite threshold, ready to strategize board meetings and broker high-stakes deals. She swings open the conference room door only to find Kat standing behind the long mahogany table, arms folded, eyes blazing. Kat's presence halts Eva's stride. A tense silence fills the space as sister confronts sister, Ted merely an observer at his desk. Kat's voice, low and measured, cuts through the charged air. "Congratulations, Eva. I trust you know this invitation comes at a cost." Eva inhales sharply, the moment both she dreamed of and dreaded. The stage is set for a collision that could either forge a new alliance or shatter their fragile bond for good. And as they stand in that hushed arena, two halves of one family, vying for approval and purpose beyond the gilded gates of privilege, only one truth feels certain: the path forward will demand courage neither sister has yet fully summoned. A tense quiet settles over the Richardson boardroom as Kat Preston's words linger in the air, and Eva Larson feels the weight of every eye upon her. She steadies herself by pressing a fingertip to the edge of the table, drawing in a measured breath before replying. "I understand that stepping into this role disrupts more than just schedules," she says, voice calm yet resolute. "But I'm not here to replace you, Kat. I am here because Ted believes in my vision, and I believe in advancing this family's legacy together." Her gaze flicks to Ted, who nods encouragement. Kat's shoulders tighten. Eva recognizes that beneath the polished exterior lies a woman who has invested years of passion and sacrifice into the Richardson brand. Kat leans forward, eyes narrowing. "Vision isn't built on titles, Eva. It's earned by results. I've overseen multimillion-dollar partnerships, orchestrated your mother's gala, and navigated crises like when Jacob Reed needed strategic counsel during his trial while maintaining tight alliances with Chelsea Hamilton's designers. Will you manage that, or will you crumble when real pressure hits? The challenge hangs between them." Eva's mind catalogs her own successes, launching the monthly grant initiative at Dunham, streamlining charitable disbursements, and rallying key donors for urban renewal projects. She squares her shoulders. "I've tackled high-stakes scenarios before. I know the importance of relationships. Chelsea trusts me with exclusive previews for her handbag line, and Jacob sought my input on courtroom messaging. I've built my own credibility." Ted clears his throat softly, reminding them both of his presence. "Daughters both, you are," he says, voice steady. "But this isn't about competition. It's about complementing each other's strengths." He gestures to Kat. "I need your strategic mind on several initiatives. I still want you to lead the Chelsea collaboration. And Eva, you'll focus on our philanthropic expansion and corporate governance. Between you, there is more bandwidth and creative energy than ever before." Kat stares at her father, conflict playing across her features. She had feared displacement, but hears in his tone respect for her contributions. Eva exhales, relieved, yet acutely aware that fragile alliances must be tested in action before trust is truly forged. Within days, the two half-sisters find themselves thrust into collaborative projects. Their first joint endeavor, planning a spring gala, celebrating Richardson Enterprises' 10-year anniversary. The event promises high visibility. Chelsea Hamilton will unveil a limited edition clutch. Jacob Reed will moderate a panel on ethical business practices, and Ted will host dignitaries, civic leaders, and philanthropic partners. It is the perfect crucible in which Kat and Eva's partnership will be tested. In the hushed corridors leading to the event office, Kat offers Eva a curt nod. "I've drafted the guest list," she says, sliding a sheaf of papers across the desk. Some names overlap with your portfolio, others fall under my purview. Let's merge and refine. Eva studies the list. Names of cultural icons, global ambassadors, and top-tier donors shimmer in elegant serif font. She marks a few additions leaders in environmental advocacy that align with the new sustainability focus she has championed. Kat watches her pen move, and when Eva suggests inviting Chelsea's network of fashion editors to spotlight the evening, Kat's expression softens. That could amplify reach, Kat concedes. It is their first sign of synergy, Kat's high-level connections and Eva's visionary thematic ideas dovetailing into a stronger whole. As the weeks tick by, their daily interactions evolve from tense politeness to guarded collaboration. They convene in the glass-fronted strategy room, trading insights. Kat shares data on boutique market performance she gleaned from Chelsea's pop-up, while Eva presents a sustainability report on socially responsible investment opportunities. Ted observes from the doorway, pride warming his gaze. Yet, even amid progress, small fissures remain. Kat bristles when Eva sidesteps tradition to propose an interactive digital auction for gala donations, while Eva resents Kat's tendency to dominate conversations about branding. Late nights in the office stretch into friendly debates, punctuated by laughter that occasionally surprises them both. Meanwhile, Chelsea Hamilton calls upon Kat for PR when a rival brand leaks details of Richardson's next endeavor. Kat orchestrates a damage control campaign, leveraging social media teasers that keep public interest high. Eva aids by drafting press releases that frame the leak as a sign of the initiative's importance, thereby transforming a potential crisis into a marketing coup. Jacob Reed, attending a pre-trial meeting at the gallery space Chelsea has secured for a showcase, compliments both sisters on their deft handling. "Your teamwork is impressive," he tells them over coffee. "I've seen corporate factions tear events apart. You two seem to be making each other stronger." Buoyed by this success, Ted entrusts them with a bolder assignment, expanding the Richardson Foundation's global footprint by identifying an overseas partner in sustainable agriculture. The stakes are higher. If mishandled, it could undermine years of philanthropic work. Eva researches grassroots organizations in Southeast Asia. Kat negotiates introductions with local embassies and logistics firms. Over video calls with potential partners, Eva's thoughtful questioning uncovers an NGO pioneering self-sufficient rice farming, while Kat's negotiation skills secure favorable terms for resource exchange. Together, they present a comprehensive proposal to the board, who approve an initial 5-year grant. That evening, in Ted's penthouse office, he raises a glass of sparkling wine to honor their achievement. "To new horizons," he toasts, eyes moist with emotion. Kat and Eva clink glasses, sharing a triumphant smile born of hard work and unexpected camaraderie. In the soft glow of city lights, the sisterly bond feels real, a momentary balm to prior rivalries. Yet just as they taste triumph, a late-night ring shatters the peace. Jacob's voice trembles on the line. A key witness in his fraud case has recanted, jeopardizing months of preparation. He needs strategic counsel and discretion for a high-pressure courtroom twist. Without pause, Kat and Eva rise to the challenge, knowing that their unified front must hold steady under renewed duress. Over the next 48 hours, the sisters work around the clock. Kat liaises with Jacob's legal team to re-interview witnesses, while Eva mobilizes Richardson's media contacts to shape public perception should the trial reopen. Sleepless hotel rooms and behind-the-scenes coordination become their battlefield, forging mutual respect in the crucible of urgency. When Jacob stands before the judge and delivers a compelling witness who corroborates new evidence, the trial swings back in his favor. He credits both women privately. "I couldn't have weathered that storm without your minds and hearts aligned." As the gavel falls, delivering a favorable ruling, Kat and Eva exchange exhausted but elated glances, proof that their combined talents can turn adversity into victory. In the wake of these triumphs, Ted proposes a symbolic gesture, an internal retreat for the Richardson and Preston branches, to celebrate joint accomplishments and chart future collaboration. He envisions a weekend at the family estate by the lake, with workshops on leadership, philanthropic strategy sessions, and evening fireside dinners to foster genuine connection. Both sisters grasp the opportunity. Eva sees it as a chance to heal old wounds, while Kat views it as a forum to solidify her sister's place within the family hierarchy. Under the moss-draped oaks, the extended family gathers. Ted in his comfortable chair, Chelsea beaming in the role of honored guest, Jacob curious about the unusual assembly. At the retreat, icebreakers give way to heated brainstorming on the next 5-year plan. Eva suggests launching a mentorship program for underprivileged youth, blending corporate internships with classroom instruction. Kat proposes integrating Chelsea's designers as creative coaches for students with artistic talents. Jacob offers pro bono legal clinics to teach contract law basics. As day turns to dusk, the synergy among them hints at a new era of unified purpose. Even Ted, who has weathered countless board meetings, leans back in contentment as he watches his daughters and their colleagues painting vibrant visions for the future on flipchart paper. Yet beneath the glow of optimism, subtle tensions still flicker. Late one evening, Kat corners Eva on the veranda, replacing the strategic frankness of the office with a hushed intimacy. "You've grown into this role faster than I anticipated," she admits, stars overhead lending gravity to her confession. "I was afraid I'd lose everything that made me essential until I saw how your insights complemented mine. I'm sorry for my initial hostility." Eva's heart flutters. She sees in Kat's eyes the vulnerability she once mistook for condescension. "I'm sorry too," Eva replies. "I let my own insecurities cast shadows on what we could build together." They clasp hands, a silent pact to chart forward not as rivals, but as partners. In the days that follow, their renewed alliance manifests in bold new initiatives: a co-branded scholarship fund, a pop-up cultural festival showcasing local artisans, and a digital platform offering free resources on sustainable business practices. Each project weaves together their distinct strengths: Kat's operational prowess and Eva's visionary strategy. Chelsea and Jacob stand by as enthusiastic supporters. Chelsea curates an exclusive fashion exhibit within the festival, while Jacob drafts legal templates for budding entrepreneurs. The Richardson Foundation buzzes with renewed energy, and Ted beams at the family tableau he once only dreamed possible. As the calendar turns to the next season, Ted convenes the board to present the results. Philanthropic reach expanded by 30%, brand reputation soared, and corporate governance optimized. When he introduces Kat and Eva side by side, the board erupts into applause, a long-awaited affirmation of unity. In that moment, the half-sisters lock eyes and share a private smile, knowing they have transcended initial rivalries to forge a partnership neither could have achieved alone. The path ahead will doubtless present new trials, market downturns, legal entanglements, and the ever-shifting tides of public opinion, but with their alliance solidified, they face the future fortified by shared purpose and mutual respect. And so, as the sun sets on another day of triumph, the Richardson legacy shines brighter than ever, guided by the indomitable spirit of two sisters determined to shape history together.